Well, hello there. How are you? Is it going well? Are you are you doing all the thankfulnessing that you have to be doing at this time of the year? Well, let's turn that down a little bit. What are you thankful for? I'm thankful for my family. Classic answer. So what's up? Um, it is just me for this Monday release because of, obviously, the holiday. Happy Thanksgiving. I tried, hit a couple people up and said, you want to come over at some point this week? And got the classic, of course, would love to. Please invite me back in the future, but it is the holiday, man. I am gonna be busy. So, figured I would treat myself too a little bit. I did make a snack for this midnight snack. I made myself some grilled halloumi with a pomegranate molasses and some balsamic vinegar glaze. It was lovely, and I went with that because that was the best snack I had in Greece for my sister's wedding. And running through the classic, like I said, thankfulnessing that you have to do at this time of year. I'm very thankful for my big sister. She's a wonderful person. She's been on this podcast. Go check that episode out. She's the ranch goblin. And I wanted to have a little, a little flashback to 2 months ago being in Greece and seeing my sister all happy at her wedding and the beautiful ocean that is in Santorini, Greece. And oh man, halloumi is delicious. And it's a thick enough cheese that you just can throw it straight on the grill. Oh, someone's having a rough night. I think it's a Tig Notaro joke who I did open for one time, and that was a crazy moment of like, whoa, you started doing comedy partially because of this person, and now you get to work with them. I think it's a Tig joke, but whenever you're around a child and you hear sirens and the parent of the child or whoever is like, what's that sound? And the kid's like, a fire truck, an ambulance. The parent's like, good job. There's always that moment you have to take of like, someone's having a rough time right now though. So yes, halloumi with pomegranate. Halloumi is just thick enough that you can throw it straight onto the grill and it holds its structure and gets these beautiful char marks. So I wanted to enjoy that snack again. And I can't believe I found halloumi. It was at this cool bazaar on Cambridge Street. I might just start going there. Change it up instead of the Star Market Trader Joe's options. They had cool stuff here. They had like Cornish game hens and chicken livers, a lot of wild stuff. It was cool. So, like I said, thankful for my big sister, Gee. That's what I used to call her because I couldn't say Megan or Meg or even Meggie. I guess the M was hard, so I went with Gee. Also, if you are new, this is not how Mondays typically go. I feel like this has happened multiple times where I've gotten a big boost. The numbers have been nice, and then the episode that follows up is just me doing a midnight snack because it has coincided with a holiday or something along those lines. So, if you are here from the Christian episode, thanks for hanging out. Wasn't that a fun one? He's a cool guy. First time meeting him, too. I met him for, like I said, 20 minutes at that It's a Date show and just kind of hit him up and said, you were funny and I'm looking at your page now and you are a food guy. Can I make you some food? And he did not have to A, come over, B, be as incredible as a guest as he was, and C, make a video that really, brought a lot of ears and eyes to this podcast. So thank you so much to Christian for that, and thank you to you for listening and hanging out. This is a cool endeavor that I've been doing for a little over a year now, and I love making food for old friends, new friends, whatever, whoever is sitting in that chair. So thank you. Thank you. This was that was really fun to pick someone's brain that I had just met, and he was very open to being picked. Like I said, second one, he did not have to be as great of a guest as he was, and he just rolled with everything. He was so nervous too beforehand. It was awesome. He was like, I've never done a podcast before. I don't know if I'm gonna be funny. I was like, dude, we've been hanging out for like almost an hour at this point. It's just gonna be more of what we're doing right now. Do not worry about it. I'll ask you some personal questions. If you want to skip over them, we can. I'll edit it out. And he said, no, it's all good. I mean, the only thing that he wanted edited out was his last name, and I completely get it. So that was, and also that meal was incredible. If you can, put it together like a game of Clue from the reel, I absolutely recommend it. I got to get back to making these recipe cards. I've gotten a couple of messages saying, please make a recipe card for this. Please make a recipe card for that. Some of them are nice. Some of them are very mean. Cupcakes was one that made me laugh. A lot of messages that were like, "What's the recipe, you asshole? I need to know. How do I make the delicious sweet treat?" The juxtaposition of energy there was wonderful. So if you want that recipe, I can shoot it to you in a DM, because it's in the backlog of recipes to make, but it's very, very delicious, very easy, and it was the classic, I guess we'll just call it the culture bowl. Is meat, rice, and veggies. I mean, this was technically the rice noodle, but it was so good I made it again with rice, and I don't know. It was really good with the noodles. I think I liked it with the rice more because it soaked up more of that fish sauce. So, take your pick. If you want it like a ramen, go with the noodles. If you want it more like just like a veggie bowl, go with the rice. But that meal was so incredible. Put it into your rotation. It's cheap, it's easy, and you just throw it in Tupperwares and take it for whatever meal you need to go. Office, construction site, whatever. Definitely shout out to Christian for that meal and hanging. I told him, I was like, this is exactly what I wanted for this podcast when I started it. Not hawking your fans, but sitting down with a new person, having literally when they walked into my apartment being like, hello, it's nice to officially meet you. And then 2 hours later, they leave and they're like, wow, that was a really good conversation. I feel like I addressed some stuff, and do you want to come to my Friendsgiving tomorrow? I mean, that part is, we don't have to do that part for every guest, but it's incredible when it does happen. And I was bummed I could not go to Christian's Friendsgiving because I'm sure the food would have been amazing. But this was like the perfect episode for the goal of when I started this over a year ago. So if you hung out for that one, Good start. Go back though. There's a backlog of a lot of episodes I'm proud of. Um, I'm looking down on my shirt now. It is just covered in pomegranate juice. This was my first time ever cooking with a pomegranate. I'm sure I've had pomegranate in stuff, but it's my first time ever, working with one, farm to table, if you will. I did not know you had to cut them in a specific way. That was something I learned. You got to find the lines, the ridges. You have to find the ridges of a circular object. You have to find the ridges of a circular object with a weird, hairy, pointy nipple at the top of it. That's what a pomegranate is. It's got a weird, puffy pepperoni nipple. And you make those cuts where you think the lines are, and then you pull them out as wedges, and then you pull the seeds from inside. And yes, it does kind of look like right now I'm bathing in the blood of my enemies. There's a ton of splatter on me. I did not know the pomegranate was this metal of a fruit. Definitely a plus side. Don't wear some clothes you care about, though. So I do have to get a new sweatshirt from Self Care is for Everyone. This is very important. It's my mental health is just as important as physical health sweatshirt, which I wouldn't have bought the sweatshirt if I didn't believe in it. It's a very important statement. Anytime I wear this sweatshirt out in public, it is at least an extra 5 to 10 minutes added to whatever my errands are, based on the people who will say, "Great sweatshirt. That's such a good message. I love that." And yes, I love you for agreeing with the message. Are you the sixth person to stop me while I'm in the grocery store just trying to get some cereal? Maybe I don't like you as much as people 1 through 5. But all in all, it is a good message. With the pomegranate blood splatter, it looks like my mental health is pretty bad, so I had to address someone else's physical health and take that from them. This just looks like a breakdown happened. Oh, man. There's one other thing that I wanted to talk about. What was it? Oh, I remember. I did my least favorite errand of the year today. I had to do that, which is my least favorite chore of the year, I should say. Which is take the water bag down, this boxing bag I have from it's called an aqua bag. That's the company name too, I think. Just plug in companies I like right now. Self Care is for Everyone, Aqua Bag. I never said I would do a paid ad for the things I don't care about, but if either of those companies hear this and send me shit, I would take that. But so you fill it up with water because it's easier on your hands, and that is apparent. It's more. It acts like the human body, I guess. The bag gives a little bit more, and so. Obviously, though, living in Boston, Massachusetts, the winters get a wee bit cold here. And for the last 3 weeks or whatever, I have just been saying, "Oh, you gotta take that bag down today." You got to take that bag down every day. And today it got to the point where I literally said to myself, I was like, do you like having this bag? Because otherwise, if you don't take it down, you won't be able to put it back up. It's going to break. So I had to yell at myself for that. And then once I yelled at myself, the other side of me was like, okay, fine, I'll do the annoying chore. So luckily it wasn't as cold as this last couple of days. That's another reason why it's just so freezing. I hate the winter. It's my least favorite season. God damn, so dreary. But took the water out, all that. That's my least favorite chore. And since it was so cold though, I accidentally walked into a Jerry Seinfeld bit where I was like, "Why does the cold water make you want hot water? All I want to do right now is shower." And then the next part, obviously, why does the cold water make you want hot water? All I want to do is shower with my 17-year-old girlfriend that, for some reason, nobody really cares about that I had when I was 35. It's a weird thing that just kind of slid through the radar. There were like articles and shit written about that at the time. It's weird. I have been thinking about this a lot recently. And I want to turn it into a bit. I don't know where it's going to go. Maybe it'll never be a bit. But when in a guy's life, a hetero man's life, does it become cool to be into younger women? When does that change happen? I don't get it, because wasn't it always cool to be like chasing after the older girls? Wasn't that always the goal? Like when you were like in sixth grade or whatever, in middle school, and you saw an eighth grader or a high school and you were like, oh man, that eighth grader is so hot because they're older than me. Remember, we're in middle school. It's okay to say that at this point in time, at this juncture. But you just be like, oh man, the older girls are so hot. And then all of a sudden, being almost 30 now, I've looked around and been like, dude, you're 36. What are you doing with a 23-year-old? Date people your age or older. That sounds rad as hell too. Are you kidding me? I was in love with the 40-year-old HR woman at my first job when I was like 23, right out of college. I tried so hard to sleep with that woman. And yes, she was in HR. And I somehow did not get in trouble. She was good at her job though, don't worry. I don't, like, it's the same, dude, I don't know. I still want to fuck Mariska Hargitay. What is she, like, almost 60? It just blows my mind. I don't understand it. That change has never and will never occur. I don't get it. Ugh. All right. I told myself I was going to do like 20. We're about there. I don't want to go out on the Mariska Hargitay note, but another plug for a thing I love. We got self-cares for everyone. We got Aquabag training, and we got Law and Order Special Victims Unit owned Mariska Hargitay. Those are the three things I love from this episode. And you know what? For a bonus, why not? The host of Trading Spaces is Paige Davis. That was one of my first crushes also. All right. Oh, there's the low battery note too. Okay, let's put a bow on this one. Okay. I made the joke at the beginning, the classic, like, what are you thankful for? My family. But me personally, I am certainly thankful for my family. If you gave a canned answer for what are you thankful for when you were asked, I hope you can at least look at yourself at a private moment and think about what you are thankful for. Being put on the spot like that is never fun. Some people don't like speaking publicly, whether it's in front of strangers, friends, or even family. So I get it if you went with a stock answer and you didn't put any emotion really into it because, 5 minutes before, a racist uncle may have been going on a tirade. So all I'm asking you is, in a moment to yourself, think about what you're really thankful for. And it doesn't have to be family. If your family sucks, if you are going through something with them, it doesn't have to be family at all. It can be anything, just something that makes your heart warm. And if you hung out this long, I'm thankful for you. There's a couple of fans that I interact with, and those are kind of the trio for me. Those are the three that are kind of a compass to know if this is still working or not. And thank you to them, to Baby Arugula, Gabriel, and Ebonique. You guys, it's fun chatting with you. I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving, whatever you did. And to the rest of you lot that I didn't name, maybe say hi to me once in a while. No, I'm thankful for you as well, and I hope you had a great holiday too. We're back to normal this week. Like I said, I had a couple people up, and they were like, after Thanksgiving. So some fun ones lined up. And as always, love you. Goodbye.